3.4 kilometers armored column rolls into a kill box, and the sky does the killing. You clicked for Ukrainian drones versus Russian armor. You're in the right place. We'll unpack the three-phase trap near Zaporizhia. Terrain-hugging FPVs with 12 kilograms charges, aerial TM-62 mine bursts, then a dirt bike cavalry strike. The question is simple: how do you shatter doctrine, not just vehicles? Stay for the moment the convoy mistakes the air for the enemy and helps destroy itself. By the end, you'll see why mass on a single road is no longer power, it's a liability. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. Costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now back to the video. If mass is strength, why did a 3.4 kilometers column become the easiest target on the map? The 42nd Motor Rifle Brigade surged down the H-08, locked to asphalt by deep mine belts that fenced the fields. Tanks up front, infantry fighting vehicles tucked in, fuel and ammo trucks threaded through, and air defense vehicles spaced to look upward. It was a straight punch on a single lane. The bet was speed and weight would crack the line.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said before he'll consider peace talks, Russia must meet one condition.
Stop shelling us, stop killing civilians.
It wants to continue to brutalize the Ukrainian people, wants to continue to shell their cities and towns.
In the last 12 months, Russia has killed tens of thousands of Ukrainian men, women, and children.
Uprooted more than 13 million people from their homes, bombed more than 700 hospitals, and yet the spirit of the Ukrainians remains unbroken. If anything, it's stronger than ever.
But a single road fixes timing, fixes choices. It tells the enemy where to look and when. Air defenses were armed, jammers were on, but the length turned movement into a drumbeat you could set your watch to. The logistics tail dragged behind like bones rattling on armor, fuel, ammo, spares, medevac. One axis meant one rhythm. Every halt rippled, every restart echoed. That predictability, not steel thickness, became the soft spot you could press with a thumb. General Havlenko's concept answered that rhythm with a cut. Don't wrestle the spearhead. Snap the chain. Treat the column as links and break the ones that feed, steer, and move it. Fuel, ammo, command, mobility. You don't have to kill the lead tank if the trucks that feed it burn, the radio that guides it goes quiet, and the track that carries it locks in place. Phase 1 took the head's lifeblood. Low-flying FPV Kosa 12 drones, each rigged with a 12-kilogram shaped charge, crept along hedges and shallow folds, then slid under short-range air defense umbrellas. Terrain-hugging runs at near ground level hid them under radar horizons and kept them off the threat boards. Their targets weren't turrets. They were Ural fuel and ammo trucks near the front, the kind of soft-skin assets that keep a push alive. One hit and a truck turned into a furnace. 2 hits and smoke pillars erased sight lines. The cascade hit fast. Fuel flashed. Ammunition cooked.
Ukraine and Russia are exchanging fire on multiple fronts. Bridges are being destroyed, cities are burning, and oil depots are under attack.
All right, in other news, Russia has conducted fresh strikes on Ukraine's Zaporizhia region. Ukraine says Russian forces carried out 567 attacks over the last 24 hours.
Biggest since the invasion more than 3 years ago.
At least 7 people were injured in a missile strike, while 2 others were hospitalized, and 23 private homes, 12 apartment buildings, and a post office suffered damage.
Drivers in the lead vehicles saw only fire and sudden black. Brakes slammed. The front of the Serpent bunched. Bumpers kissed steel. A tank slewed sideways to avoid a blast, and the lane pinched shut. Command nodes tried to sort sectors in the fog, but blast overpressure and hot smoke broke the picture. Orders became fragments. You could feel the pause grow as seconds stacked into a jam. While the head was blind, Phase 2 went vertical and perverse. Repurposed quadcopters, Kajons, lifted TM-62 mines and hovered high and slow. They looked like easy kills, and that was the point. Gunners raised barrels and sent streams of fire. Rounds clipped the mines and set them off in the air over the road. The airburst wasn't clean. It was brutal. Steel fragments rained on thin top armor and open hatches. Exposed infantry hugged the tar, then took hits from above. Air defense, tuned for missiles and fast movers, kept shooting upward and fed more bursts. For a moment, the sky felt hostile by their own hand. Command and control cracked. Nets filled with crosstalk. Battery chiefs and platoon leaders stepped on each other. Misfires and blue-on-blue dust-ups crept in as panicked arcs crossed. Then a captured order rippled down a slice of the net. Cease fire. Troops had learned each shot at a slow drone could detonate a mine overhead. Silence felt safer than defense. That is what collapse sounds like on the radio. Noise, then a hush. Phase 3 arrived on dirt and nerve. The 82nd rolled in on bikes, low and fast, using ditch lines and culverts as lanes. Riders braked hard at the flanks and worked the tails of vehicles stuck in the clot. RPG-26 teams and light anti-armor munitions went for rears, tracks, and engine decks, cheap shots with high payoff. A second string hit the softskins again, lighting fresh fuel and ammo from new angles. The column couldn't coil back, couldn't fan out, couldn't reform. With the front jammed and the middle shredded from above, even intact tanks became trapped steel. The doctrine question sits open. What doomed them wasn't armor quality. It was the choice to mass on one road against a force train to turn small, smart hits into a rout. If you're faced with that road and that rhythm, what would you do with your first strike? Fuel, ammo, or command? Comment your choice below. Mass on one road used to feel like power. Today, it's a target the size of a runway. Layered, low-cost swarms don't hunt armor plates. They hunt cohesion, fuel flows, radio nets, and movement lanes. Break those and steel turns into traffic. If you want more breakdowns of the tactics that beat expensive steel with cheap brains and plastic, subscribe and tell me in the comments. Where would you strike first, fuel, ammo, or C2? Comment your choice below. The next fight will reward the unit that learns faster, disperses wider, and turns the sky into a weapon. The side that adapts its rhythm will set the kill box.